Okay, everybody, welcome to the class. It's a pleasure to be with you tonight. So we're gonna check for first of all, as usual, about the platform. So this is the class of today, and as usual, there is a question here at the end, and also we need to move on and do the exercise 2.2, and that is going to be um, like multiple choice, and there is a second part. Here probably we will find an error. I will report that already, so you can, whenever that is fixed, you will be able to finish. But the other ones you will be able to finish, okay? I don't remember which number, but there is one that is not working properly. Okay, so we're gonna check the attendance. So here we go. Ana Claudia González Velázquez.
Present, teacher.
Good. Andrés Giovanni Valdivieso Portillo.
Present.
Good. David Samuel Galdames Monterrosa.
Present, teacher.
Good. Dora Elizabeth Flores Mendez.
Present.
Good. Fernando Ernesto Cosme Morales.
Present.
Good. Fernando Marvin González Martínez. Francisco Eduardo Figueroa Mejía. Heidi Eugenia Salguero de Rivas.
Present, teacher.
Good. Ileana Giselle Cañas Escobar. Jarvin Isaac Guevara Miranda.
Present, teacher.
Good. José Marcos Rodríguez Ayala.
Present.
Good. José Osmin Rivas Navas.
Present.
Good. José Wilfredo Ayala Sorto. Juan Miguel Bran Mejía. Ramón Enrique Mata Escobar. Roberto Luis Umaña Orellana. Roxana Ivette Asensio de Mejía. William Alexander Ramírez Flores.
Present.
Good. Jessica Yanari Cortés Díaz. Zuleima Ivonne Moreno de Hernández. And Erwin Lagos Andrade. Okay, so we're gonna start tonight's class. So the first question that I have for you is this. There is a chat. Let me just check. Okay, Francisco, got you. Very well. Let me just check your attendance. Okay. Okay, so question for everybody. What is an entrepreneur? What is an entrepreneur?
It's a person that has his own business.
Okay, very good. It's a person that has its own business. Nice. Any other comment or opinion on that?
Someone that can see business opportunity in a situation that the most common of the people don't see it.
Very good. Yeah, people that see opportunities, business opportunity, where some other people, they cannot see that one, right? Good. Any other comment on that one? Or what is an entrepreneur?
Maybe a person or a people or people who take risks in order to have a business or have another chance to get an extra income doing whatever it's possible. Yeah, for example, to have your own shop, web shop, to have maybe a YouTube channel where you make videos and sell your content. Maybe a people who is taking care of others, but for example, like how to say this, when you encourage another people, like in English, I don't know, but in Spanish, like a orador or something like this. Speaker, yeah, speaker.
Okay, speaker, very good.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And
somebody that provides a speech. Yeah, actually that also happens. There are many people that motivate others, right? So
yeah,
very good, very interesting. Okay, and I have a question for you now. Have you ever thought of becoming an entrepreneur? Have you ever said, "Oh, this will be a nice opportunity. I could run that business." Maybe you didn't do it, but have you ever thought of becoming an entrepreneur?
Well, sometimes when I work like a freelance, giving a conference by my own, by myself, and I don't work for anyone. I work for myself, giving conference in companies, and I work in that way for about 2 or 3 years. But then I have an employment, a job opportunity, and left that situation. But I tried to do it.
Very good, very interesting. And how did you feel whenever you were your own boss? How is different from being an employee?
Yes, it's different because you don't have a paid vacation. You don't have an extra income in December. You need to generate your own incomes. But it is important because you can do what you love to do. You can do what you want to do, and that is important, I think.
Okay, very good. It's very interesting what you say. I mean, yeah, maybe it's difficult because you need to get your own income. You have to work for that money, but then also you do what you want and you manage your time in your own way. So, very interesting, very good, perfect. Thank you, David. Any other person have you ever thought or have you been an entrepreneur in the past?
yeah, but it's really hard and complicated because, like you said before, you have to. Okay, you do what you love, but you have to take care or to be in charge of at the beginning of everything. For example, if you have a social media profile or many social media profiles, you have to be in charge of that. For example, if you have a clothing web shop or something like this, you have to take photos, you have to publish them, you have to maybe edit the photos in order to have the best angle, maybe. In order to publish, you have to answer all of the messages that you receive and try to, for example, and try to be kind and polite when you are dealing with clients. If you have, or if you are, for example, a restaurant owner, you have to be in charge of at least of the manage inside. For example, what are the dishes that we will serve and what do we need in order to have a complete list of items in order to do any of the dishes or no, plates, yeah, plates to serve. You have to manage the people and deal with people, obviously your customers, but also with your employees. It's really hard if you don't have the enough support. And I am talking about support not only economic. I am talking about like mental support sometimes, and psychological support. Yeah, because that is really hard, and it's sometimes it's exhausting at the point that you want to throw out the things and just run away. Yeah, but you have to be conscious that you have your own capital.
Yeah, investment.
Yeah. Okay, you have your own investment in the place or in the shop or in the whatever you are doing. So you won't have to, you don't want to lose it. It's all the you don't want to throw your money. Okay, you have to duplicate, triplicate, or whatever your money in order to obviously to have or to have this extra income. But at the practice is really hard. I tried to do something like this in the past, and we ran out of the capital, so we had to close, and it's a difficult decision to take. But if you don't have any any place or any capital else to invest, and obviously to pay the salaries and to buy all the stuff that you need to pay the, I don't know how to say in English, but the local or the place that you are renting, you felt like you are acorralado. I don't know how to say this.
You are facing a lot of problems, right?
Yeah, you are facing a lot of problems, and at the end we decided to after 9 months that we wanted to do this, we decided okay, it's time to close because we don't have any other resource, economical resource or financial resource, and it's kind of difficult because all of your dreams, all of your passion is there, but if you don't have the one of the main things that is the financial support, you have to close, because all the people who are related with your business is expecting that you pay all that you have to pay. Yeah, the salaries, the place that you are renting, and it's really hard. It's really hard. But I tried to do this in the past.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you for sharing. And that is so true. I mean, it's difficult. There are many things to consider. And yeah, I believe that everybody at some point, we believe that we would like to be our own bosses, that we would like to create something, to have a business. Sometimes it's a new business, sometimes it's a business that we believe will be better than other ones that existed already. So that is so true. Okay, and another question I have for you. Why do you believe people want to become an entrepreneur? I mean, uh, you have a job and then you say, no, I'm going to run a business. Why do you believe people move from employee to an entrepreneur at some point? Anybody?
Well, sometimes it's because they don't have a specific place in the company for their own ideas or for their own dreams, and they think that they need more space, more opportunities, and they know that they can find it in the place where they are, and they need to do something different, and for that reason they need to do something different too. And that is the way that they become entrepreneurs, I think.
Okay, very good. So yeah, that is one of the reasons, that opportunities that you want to take advantage of, but sometimes it's not possible in a regular job. Nice, good.
Maybe I think sometimes people wants to achieve and they want to try like being independent, economically independent. They want to try, maybe they have an excellent, a good idea or project, but sometimes it's not enough just to be motivated or to have a great idea or a new things to do, because I think people, one of the things they must overcome is that there are others waiting to copy their ideas or develop their ideas on behalf, not on behalf, they like steal ideas and just changing a letter or changing one name, they appropriate of the idea of someone else. So there are different stuff the entrepreneur needs to deal with, but at the end, if they are prepared, they know all the threats, amenazas,
Trends,
trends, trends. Maybe they are well prepared. I believe the people who decide to become an entrepreneur, they are, I don't know if this word is the one, Braveheart. I don't know, is the one, I don't remember. But they are great people, amazing. They have a great idea, but before just launching or becoming to be an entrepreneur, they must like study, make a like a marketing research or stuff like that. But I think, and I've seen some of my friends, is because they want to have economical independence, and some of them they achieve it, and other ones they have their idea, they are developing their business, but at the same time they are still working in a normal job, like getting or being safe in some way. Once they say that once they feel or they verify that everything is up and running on their own business, so they will completely and full dedicate their time. That is what I've seen on my friends.
Okay, very good. So yeah, you took two main things, right? So yes, sometimes they have a good idea and they want to develop that idea, and sometimes also they want to be independent, right? So they don't want to be waiting there every 15 days for the check or things like that one. So that is so true. Very good, perfect. Thank you, Ana Claudia. Any other person? Why people decide to become an entrepreneur?
I think, teacher, that people become entrepreneur because they realize that at some point, even if they are people graduated from any career, the incomes are not enough to cover or all they want, not their needs, all they want. So they, at the same time, they start entrepreneur and they keep being employees. So maybe they they try to run a business with the incomes or with the sales that they have from the wage. So they try to invest in a good way, and so they run a business and they launch like as an entrepreneur.
Okay, very good. So yeah, that happens, and you are very right, as Ana Claudia also said. Nowadays, I believe that a lot of people we have like ideas, right? But yeah, you want to take the risk, but sometimes also you want to be sure if the business is going to be working, or I mean, to have a little bit of money in your job in the meantime, right? So the most of the people nowadays, they are doing like a transition. They launch a project like a business, but at the same time they continue with their jobs. Just they are trying, they are checking, they are getting to know to see if that is going to work, just to identify if they will be able to move on and just work or either in the project or either in the job. So that is something that is very, very common nowadays. Good. What might be some advantages and disadvantages of being an entrepreneur?
Maybe if you succeed, the advantages are that you are um, economically, yeah, no, or
Yeah.
financially like free. Talking about that, you have your own income and you manage your own salary and other things. Another is that you maybe you realize no, how to say this in English, like in Spanish es, o sea, te realizas como like a professional, but in English I don't know how to say this.
There is a word for that one. I don't remember right now, but it's like make your dreams come true, right?
Yeah, you make your dreams come true, and I don't know, I am talking about my experience, because when it was the time to open this place that I was talking about before, you feel like, okay, those are my dreams, or here is my dream. So hoping or having the hope that you are succeed, and an advantage could be that yeah, if you succeed, you manage your own business, and you take or you how to say this, like yeah, you are in charge of all of the situations. And obviously, if you succeed, you are able to hire another people to manage another situation that you are not pro for this. For example, if you have a business administration degree, and but you don't have all the competencies in order to manage your social media profile, for example, you are able to hire a person who is in charge of this, okay? Another situation, another thing could be that okay, see, I think I think this, and maybe a disadvantage could be that if you are not or you don't have enough money, for example, you have to be in charge of everything, and this could be exhausting for you because you are overcharged, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. In you could be, or you could feel overwhelmed. Yeah, overwhelmed. and you can lose the control of your own business if you don't have the mental, I don't know how to say this, like mental stability that you need in order to do not break down. Yeah, I think that's my opinion.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. So that is true. I mean, if you succeed, of course, you are going to be financial independent. So you are going to also make your dreams come true. So if you do what you love, definitely that is something that is going to help you living your life in a better way, right? And yes, it's overwhelming. So maybe that is one of the problems that we have. So because you need to do a lot of things, right? So you need to manage a lot of things, actually everything, right? So you need to check the salaries, the procedures, many things, and that is a problematic thing because lots of many things and you won't be able to sleep very well, or it's going to affect many things. So that is a big problem. Good. Any other advantages or disadvantages of becoming an entrepreneur?
I think what a disadvantage is that even though nobody believe in your idea, nobody believe in your entrepreneurship, and nobody believe in you, you need to believe. You need to be confident, and you need to do with all of your strengths, with all of your courage. Even though the world surround you is against you, that is not easy. It's not easy to believe in you. It's not easy to get the strength when everybody is criticizing you, and that is a very hard part of the first step or the first stage of the entrepreneurship of the new company, I think.
Okay, yeah, you are so right. Actually, that is something very basic, something very like the core of the thing, right? So if you really believe in the idea, or if you really believe in what you're doing, of course, I mean, yeah, and if you work hard and many other things, but that is very, very important. If you don't believe in what you're doing, definitely that is gonna work, right? So that is even before you start, if you don't believe in the ideas that you have, yeah, it's not going to succeed. That is for sure. Perfect, good. Any other disadvantages or advantages of becoming an entrepreneur? Okay, so we're gonna watch a little video and then we're going to comment, okay? Let me then just get into that one. Okay, and here we go.
Stories.in for more inspirational stories and updates from the startup world.
In life, the number one thing that people screw up on is this. They buy stuff they don't need. It's that simple. Go look at your closet sometime. 80% of the crap at the bottom of your closet are clothes you don't wear anymore, and yet you paid for them because you thought you needed them and you wanted them. Imagine if you could turn all that stuff back to cash, or better still, you never bought it. That cash should be in the bank right now, making interest for you, or an investment that pays interest or a dividend. But no, it's sitting at the bottom of the closet, dead money. That's what that is. That's a huge problem. So think about this. Let's say you actually owe $200 on your credit card, and you're passing a hot little coffee spot, and you're thinking about getting a cappuccino for $2.30. Don't do it. Pay off the $200 first. Don't spend money on stuff you can't afford. It costs 15 cents to make coffee. You're paying somebody $2.30. The rest of that could have been used to reduce your debt. That's the whole deal. Don't buy stuff you don't need. Make sure you go through every single month in a way that you respect money, that you somehow pay back.
You look at the world around you, where ideas were born, where individuals started in garages. Where did Microsoft, where did Apple, where did Amazon, where did Google, where did Facebook come from? They came from ideas that people felt something could be done and that they could make a difference. So as you go out into this world, I would hope that you look at being ethical and holding the value systems which you want this country to have. If you think you cannot make a difference, I'd say you very well can make a difference if you so desire. If you speak or sit next to a Nobel laureate, he never tells you that he won a Nobel Prize. Other people tell you. So let humility be your best defense. And I would say that you always need to take a view that, and you shouldn't merely consider yourself successful based on the prosperity you gain for yourself, but you should go home at night feeling satisfied if you have made a difference. That difference is something each one of us can make. We'll have failures and we've had frustrations, but it's a continued commitment that we have to the world around us.
Working the real world, I would say, it is important to be well-rounded. It's important to, try different things, take some risks, and you want to aim high enough that you fail, a few times. I think that's the natural part of the process. If you work on really difficult things, you're better off because you have no competition. Others aren't working on that difficult a problem. And even if you fail, you end up doing something great in the process.
My advice to the young people, any mistake is a wonderful revenue for you. So I told myself and told my young people, before 20 years old, be a good student. When you do entrepreneur, just learn some experience. Before 30 years old, follow somebody. Go to a small company. Normally in a big company, it is good to learn processing. You are a part of a big machine. But when you go to a small company, you learn the passion, you learn the dreams. You learn how to do a lot of things at one time. So before 30 years old, it's not which company you go, it's which boss you follow. It's very important. A good boss teaches you differently. From 30 to 40 years old, you have to think very clearly, you're working for yourself if you really want to be an entrepreneur. When you're 40 to 50 years old, you have to do all the things that you are good at. Don't try to jump into the new area. It's too late. You may be successful, but the rate of dying is too big. So 40 to 50, think about how can you focus on things that you are good at. But when you are 50 to 60 years old, work for the young people, because young people can do better than you. So rely on them, invest on them, making sure they're good.
I've told a lot of people, it doesn't matter how many times you fail, if you get it right, you're an overnight success. All you gotta do is get it right one time. I mean, the thing about being an entrepreneur is it's just all to you. A lot of people like to make excuses. I don't have connections, I don't have money, I don't have this, but if you find something that you like to do or love to do, be great at it and see if you can turn it into a business. In worst case, you're going to have fun doing what it is you love to do. In best case, you can turn it into a business. I'm just not big on excuses. I just think if everybody has that opportunity to go for it, they just got to do it. I sold powdered milk, and that was a disaster. I had my senior year project in Indiana was opening up a bar that got closed because of a wet t-shirt contest with a 16-year-old. That was a disaster. That was good because it kept me out of the bar business. I got fired from my first job in the software business because I wanted to close the deal instead of going out and closing a sale. Instead of coming in and sweeping the floor. It didn't matter how many times I failed. I just kept on going and going and going. And entrepreneurs need to realize that sometimes it's not the idea. It's not who you know. It's not how much money you have access to. It's really finding something that you really love to do. I had no idea I loved computers and technology. None. I took one class in Indiana in computers, and I cheated to get through it. It was Fortran, and Then I bought a little PC, a 99.4A from Texas Instruments for $99. Started teaching myself to program and found, 4 hours later, 5 hours later, I would look up and I'd been working this entire time and I loved it. And so that was the difference. When I failed a lot of times and I didn't know where I'd find my success. And then all of a sudden I started playing with PCs and technology and it just clicked.
Okay, what did you get from this video?
Love it. Kevin O'Leary, that man is part of the Shark Tank. He always amazing. He's always giving good advices. And he always repeat that again and again. Don't spend money in things that you cannot afford it. Because those tiny expenses, at the end, they are emptying your wallet. And also the other, I don't remember the name of this Chinese man, the one that founded Jack Ma. Thank you, Emil. Exactly. I love what he said, that any mistake is a good revenue for you. And the other main idea, if you are 30 to 40 years, means maybe it's better that you do what you are good at, not trying to invent anything. Those are good advices. These guys, they really know what they are talking about. But I love it. Good video.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. And any other opinion or comments on the video?
Teacher, when I will speak something about this video because the one person think in two things, and after that I will give one example, a real example. Okay, if you study, okay, for example, in the moment we are studying English, it's so important because your mind will have a more connection, more knowledge, okay, in your mind. In the first, and the second is you spend the money all the time. For example, a coffee, a restaurant, all the time. You never save the money, and the money goodbye. Okay, you save the money all the time, and you think about what will buy, why will buy. Okay, why? But the personal for this psychology, 80% the persons buy because they want it. Only that. No, nothing. Only want. Yeah? This is the natural for the human. Okay. But I will speak about one example. I meet one person that he was a good manager in one company. He had a good problem. He had a good problem with the owner. Yeah, good problem. He was a manager 50 years in the company. Okay, and the company was be so talk, so I don't know, so maybe you can take the sky that company. Okay, but he had a problem. Okay, he had a problem with the owner. The owner only in one day he had a difficult communication with the owner, and the owner fired. Okay, fired without the money. Yeah, without the money. And he was old. He was 40 years old, 42 years old. Okay. After that, in that moment, that person had 5 local. In one local, sell battery. Yeah. 3 house and 2 apartment. Yeah. And rent 4 local. Yeah. 2 house and 2 apartment. This is example. It's me.
Awesome.
Only you have to work so fast, so hard. I know what it is. I know. I don't have a money to eat in that moment when I began to build my file local. I have a place. 29 plus. Yeah,
He's a businessman, you know, teacher. He knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, I know.
But when I began, I don't have money because maybe I thought that the owner will pay. Okay, but my grandmother had one house, and she died. After that, she gave me the house. After that, I began to build that file local 8 years ago. 8 years ago. In the moment, I have all of it. Yeah. But I had a problem. I can't speak English so well. I remember when I studied English, okay, many years ago, but when I visit the United States and I had to buy a battery from China, I had a problem because I don't remember the English because I studied English many years ago. Yeah. But you have a human values, yeah, you have a human values, and you study, yeah, the money is important, but it's not all in the life. The most important in the life is the family and the world. This is my participation, teacher.
Okay, very good. Perfect. Thank you for your insights. Very nice.
Erwin, didn't you get the money back? Didn't this guy pay you? Didn't pay you? Oh, come on.
I don't have any. I will explain something. Old house that I have, all things that I had in that moment, I don't. It's our money, not the bank.
Ah, okay.
It's not the bank. I don't have deudas. How say, teacher? Deudas.
Debts.
Debts.
Debt. I don't have any debt.
I know.
Yeah, but I work.
But you went into you went in all. Come on, 43 years. That's true.
But in the moment I have a 50 years old. Okay, I am old. I am old. Okay, I am so relaxed. I belong alone in the house. I don't have a problem. All the time I wake up in the morning. I think I will work. I will work. Okay, I will begin. Okay. Now I all the time I try to do it. If one day when I began my work, when I have 20 years ago, because when I was 20 years ago, I was a salesman, and I think that I thought I will be a good employee, and I was a good employee. I was a manager, the Autódromo Jabalí, 50 years, yeah, 50 years.
15.
It's so I have one history so long, but I will speak. I spoke about this one because I saw the video. But you can be a good employees, but all you have to think, I need to study some more. I need to study some more. I need to work some more. I need to see about human values. Yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. It's very inspiring. Very nice. Good. And anybody has any other opinion or comments about the video that we just saw?
The video was very interesting. For me, I take what Jack Ma said. If you are like an old man, try to work for the young people, because, and obviously he's an owner of a international company, but I like what he said, that work for the young people. He's a speaker also, but like I said before, an entrepreneur is not only that man or that woman who have a business. Okay, you could be an entrepreneur, being a speaker, a good speaker, and try to encourage to another people like he's doing right now, or like he was doing at the moment, because if I don't remember, but I think he has around 1.5 years that he's not in cameras, because declaration that he did, I think related to Korea or China, something like that. But it's a good thing, a good example, and that phrase at this moment it impacts me because okay, you work for yourself, but what is the thing, or what are the things that you are doing in order to live or to get back to the world? Not the world, the globe. I refer to the world, to the people, to the environment, to many things. Okay, and that phrase, it's, for me, it's a good phrase. Okay, that's my opinion, teacher. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, that was a very good thing. He said, I mean, everybody says many things, and I believe that because since we are different, right, and they are different, sometimes they impact our lives and with the words in different ways. So very good, interesting. Any other comment or opinion about the video that we just watched?
I think the most of us don't become entrepreneurs because we have the wrong information or the wrong expectations of the wrong ideas, and many of us think that we need a lot of things, a lot of money, a lot of space. And when you hear these guys, you know that they become, or they begin with a simple thing, with a simple stuff, with a big idea, and they boring word. And many of the things that we need, or that we think we need, even though it's not important at the beginning. And for that reason, many of us stay with a work, with a job, and don't take risks, don't think that can do it. But when you can hear this concept, these ideas, like the Jack Ma, do what do you like to do? Don't invent nothing. Don't try to do nothing new. Do what do you like to do. That is important advice, and we need to see in that, I believe.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. So many good things about this one. Yeah, I mean, maybe we're happy in our jobs, but sometimes I believe that we have thought about that one, right? So what would happen if I create this company? I believe that everybody, because that happens to me, everybody comes with nice ideas, right? What I do sometimes is that I have an idea and I start researching, and sometimes it's not viable, or maybe it's not possible to do it yet with the technology that we have, or maybe it's not possible because it's going to be dangerous or it's too expensive. So that happens a lot. But at least what we can do is just to research about that one, right? To check, is it possible? It's not possible. And well, actually, we're going to watch another video. Let's see how it goes with this one. And then you tell me your opinion on this one. Here we go.
There's not a single person on this planet who haven't heard of Starbucks, world's biggest coffee house company. But did you know that the former CEO of Starbucks, Howard Schultz, was born and raised in poverty, barely making ends meet? And when things got really tough, he even had to sell his blood a couple of times. This is the success story of Howard Schultz, how he went from living in poverty and struggling for money to survive to transforming Starbucks into a $100 billion company. And he was just a young boy who never stopped dreaming, and here is why you shouldn't stop too. He was born in a very poor family. He spent his childhood living in a small one-bedroom apartment from a public housing project. His father was an army vet and a truck driver and spent most of his life working low-paid jobs. When Howard was only 7 years old, while delivering diapers, his father fell on the ice and broke his leg. And because of this, he was fired from his job. And with no medical insurance and no savings, his family was struggling for money. That image of his father laying on the couch, feeling hopeless, crushed and defeated, left a permanent mark in his memory. It was one of the biggest defining moments in Howard's life. And to get away from all of these problems, he used to sit on the staircase in his building, dreaming of a better life. He played football in high school and earned an athletic scholarship to go to college, but he didn't want to play sports and decided to major in communications. So to pay for college, he had to take student loans and worked many odd jobs to make ends meet. Few times he even had to sell his blood for money to survive. After graduating from college, Howard worked at a ski lodge and as a salesman, but he had a desire to work at Starbucks. At that time, Starbucks had 3 owners and only sold coffee beans. So at the age of 29, after a full year of convincing the owners to hire him, he finally got a job at Starbucks. While on a business trip to Italy, he walked into an Italian coffee shop and he was fascinated by his experience while drinking coffee. He was amazed by the fact that the owners of the coffee shops actually knew their customers and they even called them by their names while serving them coffee. Excited, he traveled back to the US trying to convince the Starbucks owners to accept these incredible new ideas, but the owners rejected him. So Howard quit Starbucks and went on to create his own coffee company called Il Giornale. But he had no money to fund this company. In the course of the year I spent trying to raise money, I spoke to 242 people and 217 of them said no. Try to imagine how disheartening it can be to hear that many times why your idea is not worth investing in. It was a very humbling time. But eventually, enough people believed in his vision and decided to invest in his business. He worked extremely hard to open his first coffee shop where he could replicate the experience he had in Italy and finally implement his ideas. After a few years, Starbucks went bankrupt and Howard bought the company and became CEO of Starbucks. He rebranded his company with the Starbucks name and expanded across the United States. Today, Starbucks has more than 30,000 stores around the world and market value over $100 billion. And Howard has an advice for you. In life, you can blame a lot of people and you can wallow in self-pity, or you can pick yourself up and say, listen, I have to be responsible for myself. I believe life is a series of near misses. A lot of what we ascribe to luck is not luck at all. It's seizing the day and accepting responsibility for your future. It's seeing what other people don't see and pursuing that vision. I feel so strongly that the reason I'm here is I dreamed big dreams. I dreamed the kind of dreams that other people said would not be possible. I cannot offer you any specific secret recipe for success, the perfect plan, how to reach the pinnacle of success in the business. But my own experience suggests that starting from scratch and achieving much more than what I dream about is quite possible. But if you wait for the perfect conditions, you'll never get anything done. But the good thing is, you can make a decision and take control now. Remember something. A year from now, you may wish you had started today. So, what's your story?
Okay, what do you think about this one?
A year from now, you will be okay. But start today. It is an important phrase. nobody knows what is the potential of an idea, like what you are saying before. Nobody knows what is the impact. And the expert says that everyone in the world have a big idea at least once in a lifetime. And that is important, I think.
Okay, very good, perfect. Thank you for sharing. So that is true. I mean, ideas are very strong, and you need to believe in mine. I believe that all the story of this man that has been successful is like that one, right? So they had an idea, or they had something that they had to fight for years, maybe, but then suddenly they succeed because they continue with that idea, and they continue believing, right? Very good. Any other opinions about this one?
I think the man, I forgot the name, he dreamed about a concept, like he saw in his visit to the other country. So, okay, he founded his own company related at a coffee shop or something like this, but maybe the financial support was not enough in order to expand the first one. But when he find the life opportunity, yeah, or the opportunity of his life, he didn't doubt or hesitate. I don't know what word is the best.
Hesitate.
Okay, he didn't hesitate, and he took this risk. But how to say this? He, in his company, I think he doesn't just sell coffee. He sells the experience of have this cup of coffee or glass or something like this with your name, and be, for example, Eric Alas in Starbucks, not being this client or that client with a white t-shirt. Yeah, there is Eric, or there is Mike, or there is David, or something like this. This experience is what is selling. The wheel is already invented, but you will have to find an idea to not to improve, but just for make different this wheel. Okay, like he did in his company. I think it was the opportunity of his life, and like people said, the opportunity of your life is once in your life, and if you waste this, you will lose your life. So for me, it was a good decision, the best decision that he could do at the moment.
Okay, very good, perfect. Thank you. So yes, opportunities and ideas sometimes are so strong, but you need to open your eyes, right? And say, well, I'm gonna fight for this one. It's like, I don't know, it's like when you meet the right person for you, right? I mean, you cannot say, oh, she doesn't want to go out with me. I mean, you fight for that because you really believe that maybe there is no other person in the world for you, right? So then you go and move on. So the same happens with the ideas and the businesses. So this is my idea. Imagine that he took this idea from other people. He went to Italy and he saw the experience, and of course he really liked the experience, but he had more ideas on that one. So in his mind, he was like, oh, I can do these other things, right? I can sell this experience to a lot of people. So that was a very good thing. Any other opinions or comments on the video?
Me, teacher.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think that I need to tell my blog. Definitely, an interesting story because it started from nothing, and like the most of the people of the successful people in the world, they have that in common. And the most of the people successful started from poverty or from a hard situation. But maybe the most the message that I take of that video is that you maybe you had your dream and nobody support you, but you need to try and you need to fight for it. And other thing is maybe you don't need to create from nothing. Maybe you can take something good and make it better. And like these people, I don't remember the name. Show, right?
Yeah, I don't remember exactly the name, but yeah, something like that. So
His last name is Show, I think.
yeah.
So I take that message that you can take something and make it better, but you need to be careful with the copyright. But the idea is made that you dream. I don't know. Maybe you have a very good idea, but no, it's complicated, make it real. So,
okay.
A good advice. Try it.
Definitely, yeah, it's a good advice. So, and yes, of course, you need to believe in yourself. Sometimes it's difficult, we know, and also in your ideas. If you really believe in that one and you sell that one, I mean, probably it's going to be successful. Maybe we are not going to be millionaires, but you are going to succeed. I mean, you are going to have the business that you really wanted. So, very good. Any other comments or opinions on the video? Okay, so let's check the attendance then. Let's see. Ana Claudia González Velázquez.
Present, teacher.
Good. Andrés Giovanni Valdivieso Portillo.
Present.
Good. David Samuel Galdames Monterrosa.
Present, teacher.
Good. Dora Elizabeth Flores Méndez.
Present.
Good. Fernando Ernesto Cosme Morales.
Present.
Good. Fernando Marvin González Martínez.
Present.
Good. Francisco Eduardo Figueroa Mejía.
Present, teacher.
Good. Heidi Eugenia Salguero de Rivas.
Present, teacher.
Good. Ileana Giselle Cañas Escobar.
Present, teacher.
Good. Jarvin Isaac Guevara Miranda.
Present, teacher.
Good. José Marcos Rodríguez Ayala.
Present.
Good. José Osmin Rivas Navas.
Present.
Good. José Wilfredo Ayala Sorto.
Present, teacher.
Good. Juan Miguel Bran Mejía.
Present, teacher.
Good. Ramón Enrique Mata Escobar. Roberto Luis Umaña Orellana. Roxana Yvette Asensio de Mejía.
Present.
Good. William Alexander Ramírez Flores. Jessica Janari Cortés Díaz.
Here.
Good. Zuleima Ivonne Moreno de Hernández.
Present.
Good. And Erwin Lagos Andrade.
Present, teacher.
Very good. Perfect. Okay. So let's continue discussing about entrepreneurs then. Do you believe it's hard to be an entrepreneur in El Salvador? Harder than in other countries, let's say? What do you believe?
To be honest,
Go
I
ahead.
think it depends because maybe if you have invest in a popular product, maybe you can get utilidades. How do you say that?
Profits.
Thank you. You can get profit, but if you choose maybe a common or weird product or service, it's difficult to get a better position. So it depends.
Okay, very good. So it depends maybe on the idea or the product. Very good. Thank you, Roxanne. And David was going to say something.
Yes, I think like everywhere, you need some special relations because there are some legal issues or some situations. The best that people do is to begin, and then in the process they try to legalize, try to do the things right, but always there are companies or there are people that close the doors, and it's difficult at the beginning to get money, to get the resources you need to do it. You don't have access to the bank to get a loan or something like that. It is difficult, but there are some institutions that try to do, but they need to. Do you have experience? Do you have a year doing what you are doing to do? And it's not easy. It's not easy, but I think it's the same situation when you read stories from Walt Disney, when you read stories from the people that start from the very bottom. Is always is difficult in everywhere. You need to have the courage, to have the belief, and to go ahead, to make the road. There are no roads, there are no way. You need to do it. I think that is.
Okay, very well. So yeah, you are right. Maybe it's difficult everywhere. I mean, sometimes in other countries there are more requirements that you need to fulfill for you to create a business. Maybe here in El Salvador it's kind of, I'm gonna run a pupuseria, right? That is very basic. I need the place, I need the people, and let's do it, right? So that is it. In other countries, I mean, to run a restaurant, you need like something like from the health department, right? That you're going to sell food, and you need to, I mean, have different kinds of industrial things inside of the restaurant. A lot of things. It's not that easy, but well, I don't know. You see that, or you have seen that a lot of people, they go to the United States, for example, that they really believe that they will be better there, and they go and they work and they have their own businesses there. But that is something that you could do here. So some people might believe that it's harder here, right? That you work and work and work, and then there is no success. But what do you think? Is it difficult to run a business in El Salvador?
Yes. I think it's difficult. It's complicated, but when you heard the Starbucks story, it's difficult. It's difficult. It's not easy, but you need to follow and follow. That is the way. That is the secret. And finally, you will find the route. You will find the way. You will find the form to go ahead.
Okay, very good, perfect. Thank you. So another question. Why do you believe a lot of entrepreneurs, they fail? They do not succeed?
One thing that I saw that is the people try to do the things sometimes with the family, and not always the family have the preparation or have the passion or sometimes yes, but sometimes no. And I know a guy that began a restaurant, very, he have the resources, he have the room, he have the marketing, he have everything okay. But he put his father in the bar, and his father liked drink. He drink and he invite her friends, and all the business broke up. And then sometimes you need to do the things with the people that know what is doing.
Very good. Yeah, that is very common in El Salvador, right? That you're going to run a business and you're going to have all your family included there. So, but you are right. Sometimes it's more a matter of trust that you don't know who else is to put in charge or something like that. But yeah, it's not gonna work if they do not have the knowledge or the experience or at least the passion, as you say. So that is important. Very good. What other reasons are there for people that do not succeed as an entrepreneur in their business? What do you think?
Teacher, where are you? We just see the image of Inglés Corporativo.
Yeah, the thing is that it's because of the camera. I'm too far, and if I move a little bit closer,
I'm sorry.
It's about the camera thing, you know. It's like an effect. I missed you.
Yes, we see you now.
Okay. So what do you think? What other reasons are there for people not to succeed on this?
I think temptations, like Kevin Larry said, we had the temptation of to buy a coffee cup, expensive coffee cup, by the way. I know people that, talking about the last video, they just drink Starbucks coffee. And every Starbucks coffee is not less than $3. They have some specialties, stuff like that. So imagine that someone loves coffee, but instead of preparing by itself, is purchasing coffee every day. And beside the coffee, they purchase, I don't know, a sandwich or something like that. And that happened 3 times in a week. In a month, how much it will be, and that money is better to invest it. It doesn't matter if it sounds like few dollars. It's better to invest it in your dream, in your entrepreneur, right? And that would, I think, that will be one situation, temptation, and the other ones, maybe they are not prepared. My God, that guy, the one for the Starbucks, he fight a lot of years. And I guess it requires strong people to fight and believe in what they think and believe in love. They know one day will be a success story. Maybe people, not everybody they have the same, how can I say, they have the same force or strength to continue developing their dreams or their ideas. Could be, I don't know. I have never been an entrepreneur.
Perfect. Thank you. So you are so right, to be honest with you. I mean, yeah, I believe that we all will have ideas. Maybe the most of us, we never go and complete the ideas that we have. Some people, they say, I'm going to start. That is the beginning, right? As David was saying, okay, the first step is I'm going to go and do it, right? And you start researching and then start. The problem is that 6 months, 1 year after you started the business, it's not working. And what the most of people do is to close, right? They say, okay, it's difficult. And yes, it's difficult. We know it's difficult because of many reasons. I mean, we are not going to analyze every business, every situation. Sometimes family, sometimes you're sick, you're tired, sometimes people are not coming and buying your product, or it's too expensive. Sometimes the profit is not that much and it's not going to be enough to pay salaries or the physical space.
The rent.
Exactly. So that happens. But what people that succeed do differently is that they continue fighting, right? That's the key. Of course, they need to change things. That is something that is like a must, right? So people don't like the product right now. We can change, we can improve the presentation, the quality of the product, the price of the product. So, and that is the difference between a successful business and another that is not successful, but sometimes takes a while. Sometimes takes 3-5 years for you to become what you want to be. And that happens in every industry. For example, you know that I'm a musician. I play in a band, and we love that one. It's a hobby, and sometimes I really like to see some documentaries about that one. And for example, I was watching one of Soda Stereo, that is one of my favorite bands, and he said in the interview, I mean, why? What do you are you so successful? They say, why? I mean, you are so popular and you have a lot of good music. Why are you so lucky? And he said, it's not lucky. We rehearsal every day, 5 hours a day.
Wow.
So we had to do that one. And even in Christmas, I mean, even in holidays, we do practice every single day until we are the best, until we have the sound, until everything is perfect.
Wow.
And that is every day for around 5-7 years. Then they became famous and popular. That is hard job.
Exactly. Dedication.
So, dedication and passion, right? Because that is a key word that we have here. When you really believe, you continue. When you have an idea because you want money and you want to be independent, yeah, maybe you are going to succeed. There are chances if you have the knowledge and the experience, but it's better if you have the passion and if you continue fighting, right? Good, perfect. Any other comments or opinion why people do not succeed as an entrepreneur?
Maybe because they don't have the market. No, maybe they don't have the clear idea about that market they want to work. Because well, I have a friend that she has a cheesy shop, cheesy market.
Okay.
Yeah, in the Centro de San Salvador.
Downtown.
And yeah, but on the other hand, she has a jewelry shop. Yeah, no.
A jewelry.
Yeah, but online. And she was continue working in the same company. And I remember that she was supporting to her brother because he was working in another entrepreneur, But the thing is that she was focusing a lot of things, and now she was only is working in the jewelry because ¿qué?
Businesses.
Yeah, the other businesses was not successful because she was working in a lot of things at the same time. So that's why I imagine that her businesses is then working now.
Okay, very well. You are also very right. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes we don't know exactly what we're looking to get, right? And that happens in all areas of life. For example, I remember I had a friend at the university. She was studying laws. She was going to be a lawyer, and she was very good. I mean, her grades were like 8, 9. She was in the 4th year, finishing the 4th year, and she was, I mean, perfect in everything. All her career was perfect. But then she was telling me that she was going to change the career. And I said, well, why? I mean, you are amazing there and you are very good and you understand everything. And she said, I don't like this career. So the problem is that one. I mean, at the beginning, when she was going to study a career, she studied, she signed up in the university just because she wanted to be a professional, but she was not sure what was better for her, what was her passion. And good thing is that she realized and she changed the career and she finished, of course, psychology. Bad thing is that she wasted 4 years of her life, right? So the same happens in this kind of situation in businesses. I want to be independent. I want to have an idea and be successful. That's not enough. You need to find something that you are good at and that you are passionate about that one, right? So, and that you can be good and successful in doing that one. So that is something very, very important. Good, perfect. Any other opinion on this? Okay, so let's speak about you. If you had the resources, if you had everything, what kind of business would you like to run? Imagine that you have the money, that you have the time because of, I don't know, a miracle. And what would you like to have to run? What kind of product or service would you sell?
In my case, teacher, I like to write. I think I have the ability. I already have a book. If I have the resources, I like to write inspirational books, book that give the encourage to the people, mostly the young people, because I work with the teenagers, and I know that there are a lack of motivation in the teenagers to go ahead, to look at the future. Most of them want to go to home, play games, watch TV, left the school, left the responsibilities, and many of the time they have a lack of attention. They are alone, and for that reason, they don't see to the future. They only see the present. They want to rest. They want to play games and watch TV, watch videos, something like that. And they need motivation. When you pay attention to the students, to this teenager, this boy, this girl, they give explanations, and they think more in advance. But if they are alone, they get frustrated and don't feel like they can do something in the future. And I think that we can do something for them. And if I have the money and the resources, I can do that, I think.
Very interesting, very good. Thank you for sharing. And yeah, it sounds like a very good project. I mean, yeah, you are right. Now, teenagers, maybe not all of them, but many of them, they don't know where to go, what they want. They are kind of lost, right? So that would be very, very good idea. Nice. Good. Anybody else wants to share? What would you do? What kind of business? What kind of products or service would you have if you had the chance and become an entrepreneur? Uh-huh.
Well, in my case, if I could, maybe I working in a restaurant because I love cooking, and I think that all person spend a lot of time in food. So,
Okay.
well, to be honest, I spend a lot of money in food. So that's why I imagine that it's a good option to invest.
Very good. Interesting. So since you love cooking, and what kind of food is the one that you will sell? I mean, it will be Salvadorian food, or would you like to learn any other kind of food, or it's going to be like a fine restaurant?
Well,
What?
maybe a little mix between Italian food, Mexican food, and Salvadorian food, something like that.
Very good. Sounds very nice. Perfect. Thank you for sharing, Roxanne. Anybody else wants to share? What would you do?
Maybe a restaurant will be a good idea, but from my experience, I think that you should have the enough resources, not only for buying your stuff, but also to have a good strategy in order to get a good positioning in people. Yeah, like to be known and to be visited and to be tasted, and important this thing to get the clients back to your place, because when the place is new and you have a good strategy, you could make people visit your place, your restaurant, your shop, your whatever you have. But if you don't have anything that hook your client in order to be back soon, obviously, you are doing a thing, but you're not doing so well. So your business must be aligned with a good strategy. Obviously, this strategy should make or could, not might, what should maybe, yeah, should have to have the strategy have to be made, yeah, have to be made for a professional, but a really professional, because you don't want just a couple of weeks to open. Yeah, you want that your place is a place to stay for good, yeah, or for a long time. So you have to have this good strategy and sometimes reinvent your place and reinvent all of the situations or the experiences that you are offering to your clients. So if if I had the enough financial support, for me it could be a good idea. Have a restaurant, but with a formidable experience in order to get the client back. Yeah, for example, good music, good environment, good. If you don't believe, a good chair in order to your clients are sit down is good, because if the chairs are not so comfortable, people could feel that I'm not feel good here. So just for example, just eat and go out and or leave this place and serve good dishes, no, but plates.
Dishes.
Dishes, yeah. Serve good dishes, have a good taste, and the attention for your client must be excellent, not good, excellent. Yeah, in order to make all the experience go for them, and obviously go for your business. Yeah. For me, I think it will be a good business or a good entrepreneurship. Yeah.
Entrepreneurship, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. And what kind of food would you like to sell? I mean, it would be specialized or?
This is one of the difficult things, because if you specialized in some food, for example, Italian or Mexican or any of them, but just one type, you have to be wonderful, yeah, to be marvelous. I don't know what is the best word, but because, for example, you don't eat the same food every day, or you don't want to eat the same food every time that you went out, yeah, or that you go out. So if you specialize in something, for example, for me, Mexican food, the whole experience will be good, and obviously the taste. And for the other side, for the other hand, if you have a variety of dishes, you must be ready with all the ingredients, yeah, with all the ingredients in order to have whatever the client asks for it. And in my opinion, it was one of the things that affect my business in the past, because we were not so variety, no?
You didn't offer a lot of variety.
And at the end, or in the last time, in the last time, we were ran out of the financial support, so we had to recut, no? Recut, yeah.
Yeah, cut off.
To cut off the dishes and reinvent in order to have yeah, the same amount of dishes, but with the minor quantity of ingredients. For example, if you want a hamburger with the same ingredients, we have to think what other kind of food could we offer to you. So this is one of the tough things. If you have the enough financial support, you could offer whatever you want, but you have to have in mind that you have to be ready for whatever the client asks for.
Okay, perfect. So that is true. I mean, one of the problems of a business is that one, exactly right. So you have a lot of things, but then the customer, they want something different, right? You have a lot of colors and they say, don't you have this in pink?
Yeah.
But I have 5, 7 different colors. No, but I want it in pink. So no, we don't have pink, right? So that is one of the problems that we have. So even when you have a lot of things, sometimes it's going to be like that. Food actually is one of the best businesses. It's difficult because the cooking, because of the expenses. The profit is good, but also you need to invest a lot. And in my opinion, I believe that one of the most difficult things are the inventory, right? So you need to know how much you're going to buy, how many portions you are going to prepare, and how much money you are going to get. So that is kind of
yeah. For example, if you have, we try to do this. We try to sell the lunch, executive lunch or something like this, but we had a monthly meeting, yeah, in order to be prepared to the whole next month. So, okay, first week, first Monday, you will have to prepare this, for example, 5 dishes. So, and all the menu was established for the entire month. So you knew what you had to buy. Yeah. And yeah, it's a good practice. No, it's a best practice in these situations, because you have maybe a entire picture of what will you set up to your clients from the first day to the last day of the month. If you are trying to go to another type of client, because the client, the restaurant client is not the same that the client of executive lunches, maybe. Yeah, so it's really difficult. It has, for me, it has a really, really hard experience, but at the same time, it was good because we experience in your own flesh what is hard in obviously you have to learn in what time you have to take the decision. Okay, it's enough because I don't have the enough financial support to follow, no, to move on, yeah, or to continue. So it was of the difficult decisions, but in my mind, I came my dream come true. Maybe for a couple of months, but it was good for me.
Very good. So the good thing is that you have the experience, as you said, and now maybe the next time you will know how to do things a little bit different. So and consider other things before you run the business. So, and you know, is to run a business, to criticize a business is very easy. This is exactly the same as a soccer, right? You are here watching the TV and you say, why don't you score a goal or something like that one? But it's not the same to be there inside of the court, inside of the field, right? The same happens with the business. Sometimes we go to a restaurant and we say, oh, they don't offer this, or they don't have this, or the service, or the illumination of the restaurant. But it's not the same to be here than to be there, right? Presenting the idea. So that is kind of difficult. Okay, another question I have for you is, how would you start your business? What are the steps for you to start a business?
For me, all it starts with your business plan. If you don't have a business plan, you are lost.
Okay, to have a business plan is a must. Of course, you have some parts on the business plan, right? Okay.
So sorry, I didn't hear you. Sorry.
So you have a structured business plan for that one, right?
Yes.
Good. What else do we need for you to start a business?
Financial support.
I'm sorry?
Financial support.
Support?
Yes.
Yeah, financial support is important to have the money, or at least to have somebody or a bank to give you the money, right? So they believe in your idea and things like that, which is not easy actually.
Right.
Yeah,
Yes. Maybe it's the most difficult part, because some people have a dream or have an idea, but the money for a start is they don't have. So that part avoid the part avoid that the thing came through.
that is very true. I mean, if we had the money, we could put this and this and this and give this food and provide candies to all the customers and have mariachis and whatever you want. But the problem is that you don't have enough money sometimes. So then you have to have a budget, and then identify what is the most important thing to buy. Maybe some things you won't be able to buy at least at the beginning, right? Maybe with time you say, we can buy this and this other thing. But by now, whenever you start a business, the most basic, and let's run the business, right? So definitely that is something that we need. What else do we need for us to start a business?
I think, teacher, that like the classmate said, we have to create a plan. So we have to, for me, we need to define the field in our business, the aim, the objective that we have to achieve when we run our business. Then we have to define the target market, because if we offer something to the inappropriate market, maybe we will not succeed in our goal. Then we have to create like a budget based on the needs that we have to cover to start the business, and then we have to launch the phase one of our business, and then create another plan to improve that business step by step.
Very good. So that is actually very, very, it's a must, right? We have to have a plan. It's not just the idea, just the product, just the place. What is going to happen the first day, the first week, the first month, the first year? How can we improve, right? What kind of people we're going to involve in a business? Many things are going to be there, right? So that is very, very important. Thank you, Marcus. Any other idea on what else do we need for us to start a business?
One key for this is to have the right people in order to take care or to be in charge of every situation that you will face. For example, a good people with the numbers, an accountant maybe, a good person who is in charge of the kitchen for cooking and for calculate what will you need for everything. A good manager, and obviously if you are starting your own business, if you don't have all these people, try to get one person that has the or to be the more qualified to manage all these situations. Yes.
Very good, perfect. So that is also a must whenever you are going to start a business, right? To hire the qualified people, not only any people. Of course, this is linked to the one that Fernanda says, the financial resources. You have to have if you are going to have a person that really knows the experience and have the skills, of course, you have to have the money to pay them. So that is very, very important. But it's a must. If you want to succeed, of course, definitely you need to have the qualified people. Any other?
One of the things that experts say is that you need to identify the buyer person. Who are you selling? Who are you making the product? Who is the client? What are you looking for? It is important because if you don't identify a need, you don't be successful in the market. And you need to clarify who are you selling. You are not selling for every people. You need to be clear what you are selling for young, you are selling for old, you are selling for like in the example of Coca-Cola, they say Coca-Cola is for one kind of people, Fanta is for another kind, and that's all. They have an idea, a clear idea, what people they are selling. And it is important. Who is, in my case, we are seeking in books. Many people don't buy books now. They read books online, they read books in devices, they read books in Kindles. And if you want to go in the book, in the market of book, or the books market, you need to see in a company that can sell that kind of book, electronic books, and something like that. You need to see who is your buyer person, who are you selling for, who is your client. This is an important thing you need to have clear to make a business.
Perfect, very good, thank you. So definitely the target, as Marcus was saying as well, the objective market is very, very important. So then you are going to build all your business around that kind of people, right? So very, very good. Let's watch a final video that is about actually this exactly thing. So steps for doing that one. Let's check it out.
I think the first is, depending on how well you want to do, and particularly if you're starting a company, you need to work super hard. So what does super hard mean? Well, when my brother and I were starting our first company, instead of getting an apartment, we just rented a small office and we slept on the couch. And we showered at the YMCA, and we had just one computer. So the website was up during the day, and I was coding at night, 7 days a week, all the time. Work hard like every waking hour. That's the thing I would say if you, particularly if you're starting a company. And I mean, if you do simple math, say like, okay, if somebody else is working 50 hours and you're working 100, you'll get twice as much done in the course of a year as the other company.
I think too is you got to make sure that whatever you're doing is a great product or service. It has to be really great. And I go back to what I was saying earlier, where if you're a new company, I mean, unless it's like some new industry or new market that, if it's an untapped market, then you have more ability to, the standard is lower for your product or service. But if you're entering anything where there's an existing marketplace against large entrenched competitors, then your product or service needs to be much better than theirs. It can't be a little bit better, because then you put yourself in the shoes of the consumer and they say, why would you buy it as a consumer? You're always going to buy the trusted brand unless there's a big difference. So a lot of times entrepreneur will come up with something which is only slightly better. And it's not, it can't just be slightly better. It's got to be a lot better.
The other thing I'd say is that if you're creating a company or if you're joining a company, the most important thing is to attract great people. So either join a group that's amazing, that you really respect, or if you're building a company, you've got to gather great people. I mean, all a company is a group of people that have gathered together to create a product or service. And so depending upon how talented and hardworking that group is, and the degree to which they're focused cohesively in a good direction, that will determine the success of the company. So do everything you can to gather great people if you're creating a company. Then I'd say focus on signal over noise. A lot of companies get confused. They spend money on things that don't actually make the product better. So, for example, at Tesla, we've never spent any money on advertising. We put all of the money into R&D and manufacturing and design to try to make the car as good as possible. And I think that's the way to go. So for any given company, just keep thinking about, are these efforts that people are expending, are they resulting in a better product or service? And if they're not, stop those efforts. And then I think that the final thing I would encourage you to do is, now is the time to take risk. You don't have, you don't have kids, but as you get older, your obligations increase. And once you have a family, you start taking risk not just for yourself, but for your family as well. It gets much harder to do things that might not work out. So now is the time to do that before you have those obligations. So I would encourage you to take risks now. Do something bold. You won't regret it.
Okay, what did you get from the video? Any comments or opinions?
Sometimes we think that be entrepreneur is to have a lot of time to rest, but it's the opposite. 7 days a week, they work 7 days a week in the day and the night. And it is important. You need to hard work.
That is actually true. I mean, and you are so right. Some people, they would like to have a business because they believe that they are going to have a lot of money and they are going to work not that much. But actually, maybe yes, you're going to have money, but you need to work a lot. And the first years are going to be very, very hard because you won't have money and you will have a lot of work, working every single day. So definitely is something that people forget about it, right? That's why I was telling you, some people, they get a business here in El Salvador 6 months and they say, this is not working, I'm gonna stop. Okay, it's difficult, definitely it's difficult, but if you really want to succeed, I mean, you're going to invest all your effort, all your time. So that's the way it should be, right? Any other comments or opinion? No more. Okay, my friends, so this was the class of today. As you see, today was more discussing and speaking, not much reading, some videos. Sometimes we're going to change the things that we're doing, and we're going to try to practice in different ways, okay? So we're going to check about the attendance, and the 101 of today is for Francisco Eduardo. Okay, so here we go. Ana Claudia González Velázquez.
Present, teacher.
Good. Andrés Giovanni Valdivieso Portillo.
Present.
Good. David Samuel Galdames Monterrosa.
Present, teacher.
Good. Dora Elizabeth Flores Mendez.
Present.
Good. Fernando Ernesto Cosme Morales.
Present.
Good. Fernando Marvin González Martínez.
Present.
Good. Francisco Eduardo Figueroa Mejía.
Present, teacher.
Good. Heidi Eugenia Salguero de Rivas. Iliana Giselle Cañas Escobar. Jarvin Isaac Guevara Miranda.
Present, teacher.
Good. José Marcos Rodríguez Ayala.
Present.
Good. José Osmin Rivas Navas.
Present.
Good. José Wilfredo Ayala Sorto.
Present.
Good. Juan Miguel Bran Mejía.
Here, teacher, present.
Good. Ramón Enrique Mata Escobar. Roberto Luis Umaña Orellana. Roxana Yvette Asensio de Mejía.
Present.
Good. William Alexander Ramírez Flores.
Present.
Good. Jessica Janari Cortés Díaz.
Amen.
Good. Zuleima Ivonne Moreno de Hernández.
Present.
Good. Erwin Lagos Andrade.
Present, teacher.
Perfect. So, my friends, it was a pleasure to be with you. See you tomorrow. Have a good night. Dream in English.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, teacher.
Bye.
Thank you. Good
Bye,
night.
everyone. Good night.
Good night. Okay, hello, Francisco.
No, teacher.
How are you today?
A little bit tired, teacher, but I'm good.
Okay, yeah, it's tired, right? To work and then to go to English classes and then the family. And yeah, I know it's difficult.
Right, teacher.
Okay. Very
But
well.
The, the idea is try to do a effort because it's a this course is how do you say objetivo, teacher?
An objective.
Objective. Para decir de que es como es algo que quiero alcanzar, pero no recuerdo la palabra.
Okay, it's a goal that you want to achieve.
Right.
Okay, so no worries. But you're getting there. That is very good. So yes, I believe that you are moving on. I know that sometimes you're busy and you are not able to participate, but whenever you are able, it's good that you speak and you read and participate whenever. Okay, so that is a good idea. So do you have any questions about this module or the previous module?
A specific question, teacher, like, you know, I think if I evaluate my development, teacher, is desempeño.
Yeah, development.
I felt I practice more, not because I felt every time I understand more. I speaking a little bit fluent, but I know that I practice more every day as possible. I tried, for example, to dedicate, for example, 20 or 30 minutes a day for practice, for listening, for read, but I try to show. This is the idea. I try practice more.
Okay, very good. That is very nice. Congratulations. If you're doing that one, definitely that is going to help you develop your English and understand better, speak better. So definitely that's very good. Also in the class, whenever you have the chance, you can speak. You can provide any opinion, and that is going to help you as well. So you are going to speak with other people as well.
Okay, teacher. I tried in the next class participate more. As possible, I try to how do you say, como se me ha escapado la idea, pero de comprometerme a estar más presente.
Okay. Commit to participate more.
Okay, teacher. Okay.
Very well. And if you need more vocabulary also, another thing that you can do is to read a little bit, not that much. Read a little bit and then get the new words, okay? And look for them in the dictionary and write sentences with that word. That is going to help you with vocabulary a lot.
Okay, teacher. Thank you.
Perfect. Good. Any other thing, any other question that you might have?
For the moment, teacher, it's all. Teacher.
Perfect. Very good. Okay, so if you have questions, remember that you can chat on the group with me or directly on the WhatsApp. And of course, it will be a pleasure to help you out.
Okay, teacher. Thank you.
Okay, have a good night and see you tomorrow.
Thank you, teacher.
Bye.
Bye.